Alright guys, so we just made it to the landfill, and we're almost ready to go in. So basically, what we're going to be doing today is a 24-hour challenge at the landfill. We're going to sneak in, and then we're going to be able to see how it works from the inside, so we can get good information on how the landfills work, and how the trash system works in Philadelphia. Alright, let's get in the garbage bags.
Alright guys, are you ready to go in?
Yeah.
Everyone knows the plan?
Yep.
Alright, Jackson.
Alright, everybody get in their trash bags. I'll sneak you into the cart, and we're bringing you inside.
A few minutes later.
Alright. Good. Get in, Jackson. Alright. Everybody ready? Let's go in. Alright guys, you ready? Take it, everybody in.
5 minutes later.
Alright, I've just delivered all the bags.
Alright guys, so I just made it into this landfill thanks to Jackson. Now all I have to do is to get out, take a look around, and spend the night right here in this trash bag for 24 hours at Port Richmond.
Can we ask some questions about the trash system? So, what happens to the trash when it gets here?
It goes to the private dumpsters.
So is this like a transportation site?
It's not necessarily a transportation site. This is a citizen's drop-off. Like, people can bring their trash here, but once they load up our trash truck, we take the trash truck down to the dump on Cotman. Is it Cotman? Yeah, it's off Cotman and Blau. We take it to that dump, and we dump it there. That's where they burn all the trash.
So they burn all the trash there?
Yeah.
So do these trucks like take the trash from here to there, or?
Yes.
So do any of these take the trash from around the city to here, or no?
Like, pick up on the streets?
Yeah.
Yes.
So like a bunch of trash comes here, and then from here it's moved towards the incinerator?
Well, when the trucks go out on the streets, they don't necessarily come back here with the trash. They pick it up off the routes and they take it right to the dump. Once the trucks come back here, they're empty.
Okay.
Like, this is the only one that gets filled here.
And do you know if any trash is like not incinerated, like if there's any that doesn't get incinerated, or no?
Just things that are recyclable, like yard waste, electronics, metal, and refrigerants, and also tires.
So
And how does recycling work? Yeah.
Recycling?
Yeah.
Well, that's the easiest thing. We have separate dumpsters just for recycling, which is the ones up against the gates in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So you just keep that separate from the trash, and then that goes to a different recycling dump down South Philly.
Okay. And what do they do with that there? Or they just leave it there?
They separate it, and then it gets all,
Recycled?
smashed down and recycled.
Okay.
Yep.
Makes sense. Do you know anything about that building over there?
Not at all.
That's fine. We're just wondering because it looks,
Right.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck, guys.
Yep. Thank you.
No problem.
Have a good day.
In 1960, the city of Philadelphia acquired piers 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. Filling in the spaces between each individual pier, the city created a larger pier over the Delaware River, over which the East Central Trash Burning Plant was built. In 1966, the city announced the opening of the plant, which collects trash from downtown, saving people time and money from hauling their trash long distances to other incinerators. 200 trash trucks drive into East Central per day. The side facing the street can be accessed by the public, and people could throw their trash into enormous deep pits. The street's commissioner at the time called it the most modern rubbish burning plant in the United States, if not the world. A chief product of East Central is ash, as the facility processes 600 tons of garbage a day, producing steam and fly ash particles, which are major air pollutants. The facility uses the Delaware River to scrub and remove the fly ash, but 6 pounds of fly ash is still produced for every 1,000 pounds of exhaust fumes.
However, there is a high environmental cost to dispose of the ash produced. In the past, coal ash was dumped into the Delaware and Schuylkill rivers, filling up and turning into land. These landfills were added to Philadelphia's street grid, and the houses that are later built on top were unable to be occupied because the foundations cracked and sank into the ground. Today, recent techniques to remove ash were to either dump it into the sea or find a locality that will accept it for landfill purposes. In the 1960s and 1980s, a trash-to-steam plant was proposed. Trash-to-steam could reduce the volume and cost of landfill shipments while improving air quality by removing trash incineration. However, Facing community opposition, the City Council shut down the proposed $350 million plan in 1988. In 1988, East Central and Northwest incinerators were shut down, causing 50 jobs to be lost. East Central was shut down because the Environmental Protection Agency, or the EPA, declared that it significantly contributed to the air pollution in Philadelphia. The facility was finally dismantled in 2002, and the area was remodeled into today's Festival Pier, an entertainment and recreation destination.
There are many locations in Philadelphia that not only pick up and store trash, but also burn and recycle garbage as well. These various sites are scattered all around the city, and some that we use are even outside the city as well. Some of the key locations of Philly's garbage system include the Waste Management Transfer Station in Grace Ferry, some incinerator and landfills in Covanta, Delaware Valley in Chester, Covanta Plymouth Renewable Energy in Conshohocken, Wheelabrator Falls Incorporated in Morristown, and drop-in disposal sanitation convenience centers such as Port Richmond, which is where we are located right now. In 1989, the city of Philadelphia became the first city in Pennsylvania to implement curbside collection of recyclables. Trash creation and disposal is still a never-ending problem in Philadelphia. After the Eagles Super Bowl parade in February, 60 tons of trash were left behind, the largest amount ever for an event in Philly. Mayor Kenny established a goal of becoming a zero-waste city by 2035, an initiative that would eliminate the use of landfills and conventional incinerators.
In 1947 through 1959, Philadelphia was named the national cleanest town by the National Cleanup, Paint-Up, Fix-Up Bureau, which came out to promote more cleanliness during the Cold War. Perhaps it was the first street sweeping program that Benjamin Franklin started in the 1750s that continued on and kept Philadelphia tidy. Into the 19th century, garbage collection was largely dominated by independent contractors like the South Philly Vare Brothers, who arranged garbage routes. In the 1950s, the Philadelphia Streets Department, the organization that now collects your trash today, was formed, which taught the city how to put out trash on the curb for collection. But that's unbelievable today to think Philadelphia was remotely close to being a nationally recognized clean town. You may have even heard the term Filthadelphia, referring to the litter-filled streets of Philly. It is certainly a problem that the city faces today. Recently, a new pilot program introduced a more comprehensive street sweeping program, as well as installing new big belly trash cans that you can find now all over the city. However, the idea of just installing more trash cans isn't an optimal solution. These bags get filled up pretty quickly and become overflowing. Some citizens even decide to illegally place their residential trash beside these trash cans, which only adds to the litter problem. As landfills filled up, the city of Philadelphia became the first city in Pennsylvania to implement curbside collection of recyclables in 1989. The city no longer uses landfills because recycling and modern waste-to-energy incineration is cheaper. How an incinerator works is that when we burn the garbage, we make heat, which is used to turn water into steam, and the high pressure from the steam then turns the blades on a turbine, which then produces electricity. The largest regional waste-to-energy facility is the Covanta Delaware Valley in Chester, burning up to 3,300 tons of waste per day. As of July 2022, recycling in the city has gotten to a historic low point of just 9% of the waste collected. A few years ago, it was 18% of the waste. That was when the term Philadelphia was repopularized.
So this is a nice transition into our last point, concerns with the Philadelphia trash system moving forward. There are many continuing concerns with the garbage collection and sanitation in Philadelphia due to various reasons. The public tends to blame the pandemic primarily because it caused a shortage of sanitation workers in the city and also prevented people from properly completing the actions necessary to get rid of their waste. Due to the societal stall from the pandemic, neighborhoods all around Philly are constantly piling up illegal trash, which angers many residents who care about the state of our city and the planet as a whole. We produce about 1.4 million tons of trash each year in Philadelphia. Out of that 1.4 million tons, we actually dispose of 55% that tends to go to landfills and 45% that tends to go to incinerators. Incineration is also causing big problems in our city and chaining effects onto others as well. Due to lack of care with how some of us throw out our trash and recycling, studies show that at least half of the recycling dumped by Philadelphians in 2019 went to incinerators due to improper disposal habits. Even more corrupt in our garbage system is the fact that one of the Covanta incinerator locations for Philadelphia use is located just southwest of Philly in a small city called Chester. 32% of Chester's population lives below the poverty line, and 2/3 of Chester residents are African Americans. Due to what can be called environmental racism and a lack of care for those less fortunate than others, this harmful incineration is carried out and results in about 60% of Chester children to be tested with dangerously high levels of lead in their blood, as well as another 38% of those children with asthma due to the pollutants. Chester has one of the worst health outcomes in the country and is largely due to the ignorance of Philadelphians. So, going forward, it seems Philadelphia has many concerns to worry about for its trash system and needs to do something about it to get this all under control. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for all we can do here at the landfill. So now all that's left is to finish the 24-hour challenge. So I'm gonna head out to my trash bag and we'll update you later.
Okay guys, quick update. We're about 10 minutes away from completing the 24-hour challenge, and all we have to do is to roll out to the exit and Jackson will pick us out of here. Wait. What's happening? What's happening?
Wait, what's happening? I just woke up.
What a good citizen. Alright guys, so we're just walking outside Masterman right now, and like, just look at this, guys. Like, just look at this. Look at what they're doing. Like, this is not right. And look at all these trash bushes. Alright guys, we just walked a bit way down from Masterman, and we seem to have found another trash bush. Look how much trash there is in this bush. You can't see that well, but there's so much trash, and it just continues. I mean, this is just Philadelphia, you know? This is just how it works, you know? It's very sad, you know?